Hell does not forgive.
It does not negotiate.
It does not retreat. It simply is an eternal churning engine of rage and flame, where the screaming never ends and the blood never dries. And somewhere deep within its molten heart, where the walls pulse with veins of corrupted argent energy and the air itself bleeds heat, a single figure moves through the carnage like a walking apocalypse. The Doom Slayer. His armor is scorched black from 1,000 battles. His hands are stained with ichor that will never wash clean. And his fury burns hotter than the inferno that birthed him. He does not tire. He does not hesitate. Every step forward is a promise. Every swing of his blade is a hymn of annihilation. Demons throw themselves at him in waves imps, hell knights, barons clad in flame, and they die as they have always died.
Screaming, broken, forgotten.
He tears through a cyber demon's skull with his bare hands, the bones splitting like kindling. Blood sprays across ancient stone, hissing as it evaporates. Around him, hell itself seems to recoil, the architecture warping and collapsing as if the dimension cannot bear his presence. Somewhere deep in the argent spires, the priests of hell chant a desperate ritual. They know what is coming. They have always known. The Slayer does not care. He reloads. He advances. The symphony of destruction continues. Far across the cosmos, across realities, across the churning void between stars and other war rages, Master Chief Petty Officer John 117 moves through the corridor of a Covenant warship with the precision of a scalpel cutting through flesh. His motion tracker flickers. Plasma fire scorches the walls behind him. Grunts scatter in panic. Elites roar challenges in their guttural tongue, energy swords igniting like slivers of captive sun.
He does not answer them with word.
He answers with bullets. 3-round bursts.
Center map.
Calculated. Efficient.
Lethal.
The boarding action was supposed to be reconnaissance. Intel suggested a minor relic site Forerunner in origin, dormant for millennia. But the readings spiking from the ship's core tell a different story. Energy signatures fluctuating beyond known limits. Gravitational distortions folding space inward on itself. The kind of power that shouldn't exist, pulsing like a heartbeat inside a structure older than humanity's first breath. Cortana's voice crackles in his helmet, distorted by interference. Chief, the artifact, it's not just active, it's reacting to something. I can't.
Static swallows her words. He doesn't stop moving. Asung Haley lunges from the shadows.
Chief sidesteps, drives his combat knife through the joint in its armor, and continues forward without breaking stride. The corridor opens into a vast chamber, a cathedral of impossible geometry, where walls bend at angles that defy logic and light bends wrong, pooling in corners that shouldn't exist. At the center, suspended in a web of crackling energy, floats a sphere of fractured silver light. Forerunner glyphs spiral across its surface, burning brighter with each passing second. The air tastes like ozone and metal, like the moment before lightning strikes.
Chief's HUD screams warning. Radiation.
Dimensional instability.
Chronometric decay.
Every sensor redlines simultaneously. And then, across the infinite gulf separating realities, two events collide. In hell, the ritual completes. The Argent priests scream in triumph as reality fracurs a summoning meant to drag the Slayer into the deepest pit, to bind him in chains forged from the suffering of worlds. Energy surges. The ritual circle ignites . In the Covenant ship, the Forerunner artifact overloads.
Not a malfunction. An activation .
As if something, somewhere, called to it across the void, and it answered with the fury of a dying star. The Slayer feels the ground vanish beneath him. The demon he was crushing turns to ash in his grip. Hell itself tears open not into another layer of the inferno, but into nothing . A void that screams with colors that have no name. He does not flinch. He does not resist. He falls into the wound between worlds with the same expression he has worn for eons.
Rage. Pure. Unending.
Master Chief's shields collapse as the artifact detonates. Not an explosion, a asterisk rupture asterisk.
Spacefold. Time stutters.
He sees the chamber pulled inside out, sees his own reflection scattered across 1,000 fractal dimensions, and then he sees asterisk nothing asterisk. Gravity loses meaning. Up becomes down, becomes sideways, becomes nowhere. His armor groans under forces it was never designed to endure.
Cortana's voice is gone. The ship is gone.
The war is gone. And in that moment, caught between the death scream of a hell ritual and the awakening roar of Forerunner technology, 2 warriors are ripped from their wars and hurled into the abyss. The warp does not welcome them.
It asterisk devours asterisk them. Space becomes liquid. Time becomes fractured glass.
They fall through screaming colors and laughing darkness, through the dreams of dying gods and the nightmares of civilizations not yet born. The Imperium, the roiling madness beneath reality, opens its jaws and swallows them whole. And somewhere, in the depths of the warp where thought becomes flesh and belief becomes law, 4 entities pause in their eternal games.
They feel the intrusion.
They turn their gaze toward the anomaly. And for the first time in 10,000 years, the Chaos Gods feel something they have not felt since the Emperor walked among men. Uncertainty. The warp is not a place. It is a asterisk state asterisk, a screaming wound in the fabric of existence where physics bows to emotion and reality is negotiable. Here, demons birth themselves from mortal terror. Here, time flows backward and forward simultaneously. Here, sanity is a luxury and madness is currency. And here, 2 anomalies burn like suns in an ocean of shadow. The Doom Slayer does not fall gently into the Imperium. He asterisk erupts asterisk into it. The moment his presence touches the warp, demons shriek and recoil. Horrors made of nightmare and spike creatures that have feasted on the souls of billions turn toward him with hunger. And then they asterisk hesitate asterisk.
Because he is not afraid. He has never been afraid.
A tide of bloodletters materializes around him. Brass armor gleaming wet with gore that never dries, hellblades raised high. They are Khorne's children, born from murder and wrath, and they recognize a kindred spirit. They lunge forward, howling his name in a language that predates language itself. He meets them head-on. The first demon dies before it understands what is happening. The Slayer's fist punches through its chest and rips out the core of shrieking energy that passes for a heart. The demon does not dissolve back into the warp as it should. It does not reform in the realm of chaos to fight again.
It asterisk ends asterisk.
The argent energy coursing through his veins, hell's own power turned against itself, burns through demonic essence like acid through flesh.
Each kill is permanent. Final. Absolute.
The demons realize this too late. They throw themselves at him in a frenzy, and he dismantles them with the efficiency of a machine and the fury of a god.
His hands become weapons. His will becomes annihilation.
The warp itself recoils from him, space bending away as if the Imperium cannot bear to touch his soul. Elsewhere, though, elsewhere is a meaningless concept. Here Master Chief drifts through the madness with his eyes open and his mind locked in iron discipline. The warp asterisk tries asterisk to break him. It whispers promises of power. It shows him visions of Reach burning, of Cortana screaming as she fragments into madness, of every soldier he failed to save rising from their graves to accuse him. Demonic entities probe the edges of his consciousness, searching for cracks, for weakness, for the slightest opening to pour their filth inside.
They find nothing, not because he is empty,
but because he is asterisk disciplined asterisk. Every thought is controlled. Every emotion catalogued and compartmentalized. The augmentations that made him Spartan-117 did not just enhance his body, they fortified his mind.
Neural conditioning. Psychological conditioning.
Decades of training that taught him to function in the face of annihilation without flinching. A lord of change materializes before him, wings spread wide, eyes blazing with the stolen knowledge of 1,000,000 civilizations. It speaks in a voice that rewrites reality. You are alone, human, lost. Let me show you the path home. Chief's hand moves to his sidearm. The demon laughs until it realizes the mortal is not afraid. Not tempted. Not even interested. The laughter dies. The demon's form flickers, destabilized by the sheer weight of his resolve.
No,
Chief says simply. The demon screams and dissolves.
not because he killed it.
But because it could not comprehend him. Sinch, the architect of fate, peers through the warp and finds a mind he cannot predict.
Every calculation fails.
Every scheme unravels. The mortal's thoughts move in patterns that do not exist in the great game.
It is... irritating.
Slaanesh reaches out with tendrils of ecstasy and despair, searching for sensation to corrupt, for pleasure or pain to exploit. It finds only duty, only mission. The Prince of Excess withdraws, bored. Nurgle extends his gifts plague, rot, the promise of an end to struggle. Chief's augmented immune system and sealed armor render the offering meaningless. Grandfather Nurgle chuckles and moves on. There are easier souls to claim.
But Khorne watches the Slayer.
Watches as this impossible, furious mortal carves a path through the warp that even demons fear to tread.
Watches as legions fall and do not rise.
The blood god leans forward on his throne of skulls, and for the first time in ages, he feels something close to respect.
Take him, Khorne commands. Greater demons
Bloodthirsters, towering engines of carnage with wings like flayed skin and axes that weep molten brass. They descend upon the Slayer with the confidence of demigods. He kills the first one in 14 seconds. The second lasts 9. By the third, Khorne is no longer giving orders. He is laughing. A sound like continents grinding together, like the death of stars. The Slayer does not hear it. He does not care. He simply continues. One step,
one kill,
one breath of fury at a time. And then, through the churning madness, two figures see each other. The Slayer, drenched in demon ichor, helmet cracked, armor smoking. Master Chief, shields flickering, rifle ready, stance stable. There is no language between them.
No words.
But warriors do not need words to recognize their own kind. They see each other across the screaming void, and in that instant, a wordless understanding passes between them. They are not enemies. They are survivors.
Chief lowers his rifle fractionally.
The Slayer does not attack. Around them, the warp howls in confusion. The demons hesitate, caught between prey that cannot be broken and prey that cannot be killed.
And then reality fractures. Not a summoning.
Not an attack.
Collapse.
The warp spits them out like poison, rejecting their presence, unable to digest what they are.
Space solidifies.
Gravity returns. Light becomes light again instead of screaming color. They fall through the wound between dimensions and crash into a new war. The Imperium of man is about to meet something it has no protocol for.
2 living weapons.
Unbound, unbroken, and utterly, terrifyingly effective. The planet is called Vorkoth Secundus, and it is dying. Once, it was a thriving imperial world factorums churning out lasguns and ammunition. Hive cities stacked kilometers high, billions of souls laboring in the Emperor's name.
Now it is a
Chaos has come to Vorkoth, not as an invading army but as a plague. Warp rifts tear open in the streets. Demons pour through like infection into a wound. Cultists rise from the underhives, chanting names that drive men mad. The sky bleeds red. The air tastes of copper and ash. The Imperial Guard holds the line because that is what guardsmen do. They hold. They die.
They are replaced. Commissars execute cowards.
Priests scream prayer. Artillery shells scream louder. The defense is textbook trenches, sandbags, overlapping fields of fire. It will not be enough.
It is never enough. And then the sky tears open again.
Not with demons this time. With impact. 2 figures fall from the bleeding wound in reality, and hit the battlefield like meteorites. The ground cratered where they land. Dust and debris erupt outward.
Alarm scream.
Guardsmen spin, lasguns raised, expecting another demonic incursion.
What emerges from the smoke is worse and better.
And impossibly, terrifyingly unclear. The first figure rises slowly, methodically. Armor green and gold, scratched and scorched but intact.
Height, just over 7 feet. Build, superhuman.
In his hands, a weapon no guardsman recognizes, sleek, angular, humming with restrained power. His helmet is smooth, visor glowing faintly. He scans the battlefield with the calm of a man assessing a tactical problem, not fleeing a nightmare. Master Chief does not speak. He simply looks at the trench line, at the guard struggling to hold against the demonic tide, and makes a decision. He moves.
Not toward safety.
Toward the fight. A guardsman stumbles backward as the armored figure sprints past him, impossibly fast, faster than any human should move. Chief hits the firing line and opens fire. The MA5 assault rifle barks, and Daemons drop. Not banished, not dispersed. They fall like flesh and blood targets, precision fire punching through warp stuff as if it were meat. A plague bearer lurches forward, entrails dragging. Chief adjusts aim mid-stride and puts 3 rounds through its skull.
It collapses.
A demonette shrieks and leaps, claws extended. He sidesteps, slams the rifle stock into its face, and crushes its throat with a single armored fist. The guardsmen stare. Officers shout orders that no one hears. Because something impossible is happening. The demons are losing. The second figure does not move with strategy.
It moves with purpose.
The Doom Slayer tears through the demonic horde like a chainsaw through paper.
No tactics. No coordination.
Just unrelenting, unstoppable violence.
A bloodletter charges.
He catches its blade with his bare hand, snaps it in half, and drives the broken shard through the demon's face.
It dies screaming. 3 more come.
He meets them head-on, fists and fury, and they dissolve into ash and silence.
His armor is a patchwork of battle damage.
His weapons are crude by Imperial standard shotguns, plasma rifles, a blade that hums with energy older than the Imperium itself. But none of that matters, because he does not need weapons.
He is the weapon.
A squad of guardsmen watches in stunned silence as the green-armored figure saves them without a word, clearing a firing lane, suppressing a demonic counterattack, moving like he was born to war. An officer tries to hail him on Vox.
No response.
Chief simply nods, once a gesture of acknowledgement, and continues coordinating the defense as if he has done this 1,000 times before. Because he has. Another squad watches the other figure, the silent, relentless one, tear through a pack of chaos cultists with his bare hands. One guardsman whispers a prayer. Another raises his lasgun, unsure whether to aim at the demons or the stranger. A commissar shouts for order, but even he cannot look away. By the time the warp rift collapses and the demonic assault falters, 2 things are clear.
First, the Imperium has been saved by strangers.
Second, the Imperium has no idea what those strangers are. Psychers arrive within the hour, summoned by panicked Vox transmissions. Sanctioned witches, their eyes milky with cataracts, their minds shielded by decades of training and conditioning. They reach out with their third eye, probing the 2 armored figures now standing silent at the edge of the battlefield. The results are troubling. The taller one, the methodical one, registers as a void wrapped in iron.
No warp presence. No psychic resonance.
Just discipline. A mind so locked, so controlled, that even touching the edges of his thoughts feels like running fingers across razor blades. One psyker gasps and pulls back, blood trickling from her nose. He is shielded, not by the warp, by *. The other one, the silent, furious one, he's worse. Because when the psychers look at him, they see nothing. Not absence, not emptiness, but a void so absolute that demons scream at the edges of his soul and die trying to approach.
One psyker faints outright. Another vomits.
The lead witch shakes her head slowly, eyes wide with something between awe and terror. "He is not human," she whispers. "Or he is more than human, something forged tempered in a fire we do not understand." An Astra Militarum colonel steps forward, flanked by commissars and officers. He looks at the two warriors standing calmly amidst the carnage, surrounded by guardsmen who do not know whether to salute or shoot. "Who are you?" the colonel demands. His voice is steady, but his hand rests on his bolt pistol. Master Chief turns his helmeted head toward the officer.
There is a long pause.
When he speaks, his voice is calm, measured, utterly without fear.
"Survivors."
The Slayer says nothing. He simply reloads his shotgun with slow, deliberate movements. The sound echoes across the battlefield like a death knell. The colonel swallows.
Orders are given. Vox channels crackle.
Within minutes, the decision is made not by him, but by authority far above. The strangers are to be detained.
Not arrested. Not executed. Detained.
Because the Imperium does not know what they are.
Gene-forged weapons. Xenos constant.
Abominable intelligence made flesh.
Lost to starts from a forgotten founding. Are they salvation, or are they heresy?
The guardsmen form a loose perimeter, lasguns raised but not aimed, fingers hovering over triggers.
Master Chief does not resist.
He simply stands, hands visible, posture non-threatening.
A calculated show of cooperation.
The Slayer tilts his head slightly, studying the soldiers. For a moment, tension coils like a spring. Then, slowly, he lowers his weapons.
Not surrender. Patience.
They are escorted, not dragged, not chained toward a waiting transport.
The guardsmen give them space. Lots of space.
As if proximity alone might detonate something terrible. And above, in the command bunker, an astropathic message is already burning its way through the warp toward the nearest inquisitorial fortress.
2 unknown assets.
Extreme combat effectiveness.
Unknown origin. Possible Xenos contamination. Possible HereTech augmentation.
Possible... everything. Request immediate Inquisition presence. The Imperium has encountered 2 living weapons.
And it has no idea what to do.
The Inquisitor arrives like a shadow wrapped in authority. Her name is Calith Varn, and she is Ordo Malleus, a demon hunter, trained to recognize corruption in all its forms and burn it without hesitation.
She has condemned entire worlds. She has executed saints and sinners alike. Her faith is absolute. Her judgment final.
She steps off the shuttle with her retinue 2 crusaders in ornate power armor. A towering figure in Terminator plate bearing the insignia of the Grey Knights, and a servitor whose brain was once a heretic's.
She does not look at the devastation.
She looks at the anomaly. Master Chief and the Doom Slayer stand in the center of a reinforced detention chamber. Arms unbound but surrounded by a ring of armed guardsmen, gun servitors and Astartes observers from a nearby strike cruiser. The walls are etched with purity seals.
The floor is blessed silver.
The air hums with suppression fields meant to disrupt psychic phenomena.
None of it matters.
Because neither prisoner is trying to escape. Inquisitor Varn stops 3 meters away, her augmented eyes scanning them with cold precision. She sees the obvious first: non-standard armor, non-imperial weapons, physiology that resembles human but diverges in subtle, disturbing ways. The taller one's armor is to advanced sealed systems, energy shielding, materials that her auspex cannot identify.
The shorter one is worse.
His armor is archaic and futuristic simultaneously, patchwork repairs over a design that predates the Imperium itself.
You saved Imperial lives, she said.
Her voice is measured, devoid of gratitude.
That does not mean you are innocent.
Master Chief inclines his head slightly. We're not your enemy. That, Varn replies, is not for you to decide.
She gestures.
Lex mechanics step forward, their mechadendrites whirring, scanning every inch of the prisoners. Data streams into cogitators. Results flicker across pick screens. The findings are inconclusive asterisk.
The taller one's augmentations are extreme. Reinforced skeletal structure, enhanced musculature, neural interface ports, organ redundancy.
By all measures, he should be classified as a starts adjacent, but there is no gene seed.
No implanted organs.
No trace of the Emperor's genetic legacy. He is simply built asterisk. One tech priest mutters a binaric prayer and backs away.
Abominable intelligence, he whispers.
Or worse, he is designed engineered, here tech work.
But another shakes his head. He is not machine, he is flesh and will. This is not corruption. This is mastery . The shorter one is an enigma wrapped in fury. Scans reveal tissue that should not exist, cells that regenerate at impossible speeds. Blood that burns with energy signatures similar to warp phenomena, but fundamentally opposite . Argent energy, the Lex mechanics call it, though they have no reference for the term. It is hell's fire, weaponized, purified through endless violence. A psyker approaches cautiously, third eye open. She probes the Slayer's Mindand recoils as if burned. He is a void, she gasps. Not empty, hungry . He does not kill demons. He erases them. Varn's expression does not change, but her hand tightens on the hilt of her power sword. Explain. Demons touched by his presence do not return to the warp, the psyker says, voice shaking. They are annihilated, permanently. He is anathema to chaos. The Grey Knight steps forward, his psychic presence radiating controlled power. He stares at the Slayer for a long moment. Then he speaks, voice deep and resonant. He is not corrupted, he is incorruptible . The warp touches him and dies. And the other? Varn demands.
The Grey Knight turns to Master Chief. Disciplined, fortified beyond any mortal standard, his mind is a fortress. I could break it given time. But it would cost .
Varn processes this.
Two anomalies. One cannot be corrupted. The other cannot be broken. Both are lethal beyond Imperial norms.
Both saved lives. Both are unknown .
She steps closer, addressing Chief directly. Where do you come from? Far from here, he answers.
Honest.
Unhelpful. Who created you? A doctor, Catherine Halsey. The name means nothing. Varn's augmented eye flickers, cross-referencing Imperial records. No match.
What is your purpose? To protect humanity.
The simplicity of the answer is almost insulting. Varn's jaw tightens.
Humanity belongs to the Emperor. Chief does not argue.
He simply meets her gaze, or would, if she could see through his visor. Then we're on the same side. She turns to the Slayer.
And you? Silence. Speak, abomination. More silent.
The Slayer does not move.
Does not acknowledge her existence.
His helmet is cracked, revealing one eye green, cold and utterly devoid of fear or deference. Varn's hand moves to her bolt pistol.
I said.
The Grey Knight raises a hand. He will not speak. He does not need to. His purpose is written in his soul. He exists to kill, not for glory, not for duty, for justice . Varn exhales slowly.
This is the dilemma.
These two have saved Imperial lives. They have fought chaos and won decisively. They show no signs of corruption.
And yet, they are not Imperial.
They answer to no authority. They are uncontrolled . She turns to her retinue. Speaks quietly, but not quietly enough to hide from enhanced hearing. We have three options: weaponize them, study them, or execute them. A Crusader nods. The first option is ideal. Their effectiveness is undeniable. And uncontrollable, Varn counters. The shorter one kills without orders. The taller one inspires loyalty in guardsmen who do not know his name. That is dangerous . Then study them. To what end? They are not technology we can replicate. They are not faith we can codify. They are alien . Even if their forms are human. The Grey Knight speaks.
Then we execute them, and pray we do not regret it.
Varn is silent for a long moment. She looks at the two warriors standing calmly in the center of a room designed to hold psychers and demons.
They do not plead. Do not argue.
They simply wait as if they have already decided her decision does not matter. And that, more than anything, terrifies her.
Detain them, she orders finally.
Separate cells, maximum security, no contact with Imperial personnel. I will consult the conclave before final judgment.
The guardsmen hesitate.
The Astarte observers step forward. Chief does not resist as Magno shackles are brought forward. The Slayer allows himself to be led away. But as he passes Inquisitor Varn, he stops for just a moment.
She feels his gaze like a brand.
And she knows, with absolute certainty, that if she gives the order to execute him, he will kill everyone in this facility before he dies.
Not because he wants to. Because he can.
The attack comes at midnight, when Vorkoth Secundus's dying sun finally sets and the planet plunges into the kind of darkness that feels hungry. The facility holding the prisoners is a fortress rockcrete walls 3 meters thick, void shields humming overhead, sentry turrets tracking every shadow.
Astra Militarum guards patrol and shift. Astartes observers maintain overwatch.
The Inquisitor herself remains on site, reviewing data, cross-referencing records that do not exist, searching for answers that refuse to appear.
And then the warp screams
Reality fractures in 17 places simultaneously. Not slow rifts that psychers can detect and close. Not summoning circles drawn by cultists. Breaches violent, instantaneous, catastrophic. One moment the courtyard is empty. The next, it is flooded with things. Bloodletters manifest in a tide of brass and rage. Plague-bearers drag themselves through the wounds in reality, trailing filth. Pink horrors giggle as they split into blue horrors that shriek equations of madness. Demonettes flow like living silk, claws glinting, mouths full of promises that kill. The facility's alarms shatter the night. Guardsmen scramble. Turrets open fire. Bolter rounds detonate against demonic flesh. The void shields flicker under impossible strain as the warp presses against real space, trying to drown the fortress in Imperium filth. Inquisitor Varn is in the command center when the first reports arrive.
She does not panic.
She simply activates the facility's final failsafe exterminatus grade charges buried beneath the foundation. If containment fails, the entire structure will be atomized. Better to destroy the anomaly than let chaos claim it. But chaos is not here for her.
It is here for him.
Deep in the detention block, the Doom Slayer sits motionless in a cell designed to hold cornate berserkers.
Null fields suppress psychic activity.
Reinforced walls.
No weapon. No tools. He does not need them.
The moment the warp breaches, he feels it. Feels the taint flooding the air, the screaming presence of demons scratching at the edges of reality. His eyes open.
Green, cold,
and infinitely, terrifyingly awake. The cell door explodes inward, not from outside, but from him.
He does not use his fists. He does not use tools.
He simply stands, and the force of his will shatters the reinforced steel like glass. The Slayer walks into the corridor.
Alarms scream.
Demons pour through the walls.
He breaks into a run.
3 levels above, Master Chief hears the alarms and assesses the situation in seconds.
Chaos incursion. Containment breach. Facility under siege.
He looks at the Magno shackles binding his wrists and calculates load limits, structural integrity, leverage points. He flexes. The shackles crack, then shatter. Cortana is lost somewhere in the warp or dead. He does not know. Does not have time to grieve. He moves to the cell door, examines the locking mechanism, and drives his fist through the control panel. Sparks erupt. The door hisses open. A guardsman appears in the corridor, lasgun raised. "Stop, you are under attack," Chief finishes. He nods toward the sounds of gunfire and screaming. "Give me a weapon or get out of the way." The guardsman hesitates for 1 second. Then he tosses Chief his last pistol.
"Emperor protect you, stranger." Chief checks the charge. Nods one.
"You too." He moves. The facility is collapsing into chaos. Demons flood the lower levels. Guardsmen die screaming, dragged into the warp or torn apart. Astartes from the observing chapter, Imperial fists in yellow plate form firing lines, bolters roaring, each shot a prayer and a kill. But there are too many.
Always too many. And then the Slayer arrives.
He does not announce himself. He simply appears in the center of the demonic horde and begins killing. A bloodletter swings its hellblade. He catches the arm, rips it off, and beats the demon to death with its own limb. A plague-bearer vomits filth. He walks through it, grabs the demon's head, and crushes it like overripe fruit. The Astartes stare. One Imperial fist lowers his bolter fractionally.
"What in the Emperor's name? Keep firing," a sergeant roars.
Chief arrives on the battlefield from the opposite side, last pistol barking, each shot precise.
He does not waste ammunition. Does not panic. A demonette lunges.
He sidesteps, drives the pistol against its skull, and fires point blank.
It dissolves.
An Imperial fist tosses him a bolter. Chief catches it mid-stride, checks the magazine, and immediately begins coordinating the guardsmen into overlapping fields of fire.
No introductions. No explanations.
Just orders delivered with calm authority. You left flank, suppress that breach. You pull back to the secondary line. Conserve ammunition. Aim for center mass. The guardsmen obey without thinking, because his voice carries the weight of competence of someone who has done this before and will do it again. Within minutes, the chaotic melee transforms into something resembling a defense. The Slayer does not coordinate.
He simply destroys.
A greater demon materializes, a bloodthirster, 12 feet of muscle and hatred and brass, wings spread, axe raised high.
It roars a challenge that shakes the walls.
The Slayer answers by launching himself at it.
He does not use guns. Does not use tactics.
He climbs the demon's body like a mountain, drives his fist into its throat, and rips.
The bloodthirster tries to shake him off. Fails. Tries to incinerate him with warp flame. Fails.
The Slayer tears through demonic flesh with the argent energy burning in his veins, and the greater demon, a creature that has slaughtered entire armies, dies.
Not banished. Not dispersed. Erased.
The chaos horde falters. Not because they are afraid demons do not fear, but because they suddenly, impossibly, understand. This is not prey.
This is a hunter. Chief and the Slayer do not coordinate.
Do not communicate. But their fighting styles synchronize instinctively, Chief clearing firing lanes, organizing guardsmen and Astartes into kill zones, while the Slayer draws the demonic horde into those lanes and annihilates them wholesale. An Imperial fist sergeant fights beside Chief, bolter roaring.
He glances at the armored stranger.
You fight like one of us.
Chief reloads without looking. You fight like soldiers. And him?
The sergeant nods toward the Slayer, who is currently tearing a horror in half with his bare hands. He fights like something you don't want to be. The battle rages for 2 hours. By the end, the courtyard is carpeted in ichor and ash. The warp breaches collapse, unable to sustain themselves against the sheer wrongness of the Slayer's presence. Demons retreat, dragged screaming back into the Imperium.
Silence fall,
broken only by the moans of the wounded and the crackle of cooling plasma. Inquisitor Varn steps into the courtyard, flanked by her gray knight. She looks at the carnage, at the guardsmen standing exhausted but alive, at the Astartes, their armor scorched but intact, and at the 2 anomalies standing side by side amidst the ruin.
Chief's armor is cracked.
The Slayer's helmet is gone entirely, revealing a face carved from stone and fury. Varn opens her mouth to speak. The Grey Knight speaks first.
They saved us. Varn's jaw tightens.
That does not make them asterisk ours, asterisk. No, the Grey Knight agrees.
But it makes them asterisk necessary asterisk.
Above, in the warp, 4 voices hiss in frustration.
One cannot be corrupted. One cannot be broken.
And together they are annihilation. The Astartes arrive in force 3 days after the siege.
Not guardsmen this time.
Not inquisitorial acolytes or sanctioned psychers trembling at the edges of comprehension. Asterisk Space Marines, asterisk the Emperor's finest, gene-forged warriors clad in ceramite and legend. A strike cruiser burns through Vorkoth's atmosphere, and from its belly descends a drop pod carrying 10 warriors whose very presence reshapes the battlefield.
Ultramarines. Second Company.
Led by Captain Marcellus Venn, a veteran of 200 years and conflicts beyond counting.
They do not come as allies. They come as asterisk auditors asterisk.
The facility's survivors have told stories fragmented, breathless accounts of 2 unknown warriors who fought like demigods. The Inquisitor's reports are more clinical, but no less disturbing. 2 anomalies of unknown origin, lethal beyond Imperial standards.
Potentially heretical. Definitely asterisk uncontrolled asterisk.
The Astartes will determine the truth. Captain Venn steps into the courtyard where Chief and the Slayer wait, flanked by nervous guardsmen and watchful gun servitors. He is tall even for a Space Marine power armor painted the proud blue of Ultramar, his helm maglocked to his belt, face weathered and hard. Behind him, his squad forms a line, bolters ready, postures relaxed but coiled. Venn stops 10 meters away,
studies the 2 strangers.
The taller one stands at ease, non-threatening posture, helmet on, weapons visible but not raised. Disciplined. Controlled. The shorter one simply asterisk waits asterisk, arms crossed, gaze flat and unyielding. I am Captain Marcellus Venn, he announces, voice carrying across the courtyard. Second Company Ultramarines Chapter. You are unidentified assets operating within Imperial space. You will submit to evaluation. Master Chief inclines his head slightly.
Understood. The Slayer does not move.
Venn's eyes narrow. You will asterisk both asterisk comply, or we will assume hostile intent.
Chief glances at the Slayer. A silent moment passes.
Then the Slayer uncrosses his arms and steps forward. Not submission.
Asterisk compliance. There is a difference.
Venn gestures. 2 of his squad step forward, Sergeant Titus, a veteran with commendation studs lining his scalp, and Brother Caldus, a tech marine whose armor hums with scanning augmetics. They approach cautiously, as if approaching unexploded ordnance. Physical assessment first, Venn orders.
Caldus's mechadendrites extend, scanning Chief from head to toe.
His optics flicker, processing data. Height, 2.18 meters. Weight, approximately 130 kilograms in armor.
Augmentations, extensive. Skeletal reinforcement.
Muscular enhancement.
Neural interface.
Reaction time.
He pauses, recalculates.
Titus frowns. Impossible without gene seed. And yet, Caldus murmurs. Venn steps closer, studying Chief's armor. Your equipment is unknown.
Advanced.
Who built it? The UNS Ski, Chief answers. Blank stares. The term means nothing. An organization, Chief clarifies. Military.
Human.
No human military produces warriors of this caliber without the Emperor's gene legacy. Venn says flatly. Chief does not argue. There is no point. Caldus moves to the Slayer. The moment his scanning beams touch the shorter figure, his cogitators asterisk shriek asterisk warnings. Anomalous tissue structure.
Cellular regeneration exceeds Astartes standards.
Energy signature present in bloodstream unknown classification.
Neural activity is... He trails off, recalculates.
He should be brain dead from sensory overload. Titus reaches out not aggressively, but testing and taps the Slayer's chest plate, the ceramite equivalent of a challenge. You are built for war. The Slayer's gaze shifts to him, says nothing. Titus taps harder. I asked you a.
The Slayer moves, not an attack. Just motion.
But asterisk immovably asterisk.
The Slayer holds the Space Marine's wrist with one hand, and Titus, veteran of 100 war zones, realizes he cannot pull free. Ven's bolter snaps up.
Release him.
The Slayer holds for one more second, then lets go, steps back. Titus flexes his hand, eyes wide. He matched my strength. He exceeded it, Caldus corrects quietly. Ven's expression hardens. Combat assessment.
No.
The courtyard clears. Guardsmen retreat. A sparring circle is marked in ash and rubble. Ven gestures to his squad. Brother Sergeant Titus.
Test the taller one.
Non-lethal engagement. Chief steps into the circle. Titus follows, bolter slung, combat knife drawn. The two warriors face each other. Begin.
Ven commands. Titus lunges starts fast, trained reflexes honed across deck. Chief sidestep. Not desperate. Asterisk efficient. Asterisk spins, blade slashing horizontal. Chief ducks beneath it. Sweeps Titus's.
And the Space Marine stumbles. Only for a second, but it is enough. The Ultramarines watching tense. Space Marines do not stumble. Not against mortals. Titus roars and comes again, faster, harder. Chief meets him, deflects the knife strike. Encounters with a palm strike that Titus barely blocks. The impact echoes like a hammer on steel. They grapple. Ceramite scrapes against Chief's shields. For 5 seconds, neither gives ground. Then Titus disengages. Breathing hard. Not winded.
But asterisk impressed.
He fights like a chapter master. Titus says quietly. Ven's jaw tightens. And the other?
No one volunteers. Finally, Ven himself steps forward. I will test.
The Slayer enters the circle without hesitation. Ven draws his power sword inactive. But still a meter of lethal steel.
He does not bow.
Does not salute. He simply asterisk attacks asterisk. The duel lasts 9 seconds. Ven is faster than any unaugmented human can track. His blade cuts air where the Slayer's throat was a heartbeat before. The Slayer does not retreat. He asterisk closes asterisk, slips inside Ven's guard. Drives a fist toward the captain's chest. Ven blocks with his vambrace.
The impact leaves a asterisk dent wide open.
Blade asterisk with his hand asterisk rips asterisk it from Ven's grip. Tosses it aside. Steps back. Fight over. Silence. Captain Ven stares at his empty hand, then at the Slayer. You... The Slayer says nothing, simply walks out of the circle. Ven looks at his squad, sees the disbelief, the awe, the asterisk fear asterisk. They are not Astartes, he says slowly, but they fight as if they are Primarch forged. Titus retrieves the dropped power sword, examining the dent in Ven's vambrace. The taller one thinks like us.
Tactics.
Discipline.
Adaptation.
And the shorter one? Caldus asks.
Titus shakes his head. He asterisk destroys asterisk.
Ven turns to face the two anomalies now standing together again. Silent and unreadable.
He has fought orcs, tyrant,
Chaos Marines. He has stood on the edge of oblivion and asterisk one asterisk. But these two, they are not enemies. They are asterisk peers asterisk. And that terrifies him more than any demon ever could. Report to the Inquisitor. Ven orders. Tell her the Astartes do not challenge their effectiveness.
But we cannot vouch for their loyalty.
As the Ultramarines withdraw, Titus glances back at Chief. What chapter were you asterisk supposed asterisk to be? Chief's visor tilts. I'm not.
Then what are you?
A pause. Then, quietly, a soldier. Titus nods slowly.
Respect in his eye.
And leaves. The Slayer watches them go. Does not speak, but deep in the warp.
The Chaos Gods watch, and for the first time they realize something terrible. The Imperium might asterisk keep
Aboard a fortress monastery drifting through the void. 3 Inquisitors. A Grey Knight Grandmaster, an Adeptus Mechanicus Archmagos, a representative from the Officio Assassinorum, and a lone custodian, standing silent in the shadows. Present only to observe.
They review the reports. Watch pick captures of them. And psychers alike. The evidence is over.
The two anomalies are asterisk effective asterisk, but effectiveness is not the issue. Control is. Inquisitor Varn speaks first, her voice cutting through the chamber like a blade. They saved Imperial lives.
They killed demons permanently.
They fought alongside Astartes and matched them.
All of this is undeniable.
And yet, interrupts Inquisitor Corvin, an ancient man whose augmetics outnumber his organic parts, they are unknown asterisk. Unknown origin. Unknown allegiance. Unknown purpose. The Imperium does not tolerate the unknown. The Archmagos interjects, his voice a mechanical rasp. They are weapons.
Weapons do not require understanding.
Only asterisk deployment asterisk. They are not asterisk yours asterisk to deploy, Varn snaps. The shorter one the Slayer kills without orders.
Without hesitation.
Without asterisk control asterisk.
He obeys no authority. And the taller one? The Grey Knight Grand Master asks quietly. His voice is calm, measured, but it carries weight. The one called Chief?
Varn hesitates.
He is
disciplined. He coordinates Imperial forces instinctively.
Guardsmen obey him without question.
Astartes respect him. That, Corvin says coldly, is the asterisk problem asterisk.
Silence. The custodian shifts slightly. All eyes turn toward him. He does not speak, simply waits, observing, judging. Corvin continues. A mortal who commands respect from the Adeptus Astartes is dangerous. A mortal who fights like a Primarch is asterisk heretical asterisk.
We do not know who created him. We do not know his purpose.
And we cannot asterisk control asterisk him. He fights for humanity, Varn argues. He fights for asterisk his asterisk humanity, Corvin corrects, not the Emperor's.
The distinction is everything, the representative from the officio.
Assassinorum, a woman whose face is hidden behind a featureless mask, speaks for the first time. Elimination is feasible. Both targets are resilient but not invincible.
A Vindicare could neutralize the disciplined one. An Aversir could overwhelm the violent one.
At what cost? The Grand Master asks. The assassin tilts her head. Acceptable losses. Varn slams her fist on the table. They asterisk saved asterisk an Imperial world. They asterisk killed asterisk greater demons.
And you want to execute them?
Yes, Corvin says simply. Because they are too dangerous to let live. The Archmagos chimes in. Alternatively, we dissect them.
Learn their secrets.
Replicate their augmentations. The Omnissiah provides through understanding. They are not machines, Varn hisses. Everything can be understood. The Archmagos counters. The Grandmaster raises a hand. Silence falls. I have fought beside the Slayer.
Briefly.
Indirectly. He is incorruptible. The warp asterisk dies asterisk around him. That alone makes him valuable. Or heretical, Corvin interjects. The Grandmaster's eyes narrow. The Emperor created weapons to fight chaos.
Weapons that could stand in the warp and not falter. We call them custodians. Primarchs. Grey Knights.
Perhaps.
He pauses. Perhaps these two are simply weapons we did not forge. That makes them asterisk Xenos asterisk, Corvin snaps. That makes them asterisk allies asterisk, Varn counters.
The debate spirals.
Hours pass.
Arguments sharpen.
Evidence is reviewed again and again.
And slowly, inevitably, consensus forms. Not because of logic. Because of asterisk fear asterisk. The Imperium has survived 10,000 years by destroying what it cannot control. By burning the unknown before it can become a threat.
Faith. Dogma. Order.
These are the pillars. And the two anomalies threaten all of them. Not through malice.
Through asterisk independence asterisk.
Finally, Inquisitor Corvin speaks the words everyone has been thinking. We cannot control them. Therefore we must destroy them.
Varn stands.
This is a mistake. Perhaps, Corvin agrees.
But it is a asterisk safe asterisk mistake. The vote is called. 3 for execution. 2 for weaponization. 1 abstain.
The custodian finally speaks. His voice is deep, resonant, and utterly without mercy. The Emperor's will is survival. If these weapons threaten order, they are heresy. If they serve order, they are tools. Decide which they are. Then act. He leaves.
The chamber falls silent. Varn looks at Corvin.
You are condemning heroes. I am protecting the Imperium, he replies.
The order is given. Terminate the anomalies. Back on Vorkoth Secundus, Master Chief and the Doom Slayer stand in the ruins of the facility they saved, surrounded by guardsmen who will not meet their eyes and Astartes who grip their bolters too tightly.
Chief's motion tracker flickers.
He counts the soldiers, counts the firing angles, calculates odds. "We're not leaving," he says quietly. The Slayer glances at him, nods once. An ultramarine steps forward, Captain Ven, his face grim. "Orders have arrived. You are to be detained permanently." Chief does not move. "We save this world." "I know," Ven says, and there is regret in his. "Then why?" Ven's jaw tightens. "Because the Inquisition fears what it cannot control, and you cannot be controlled." The Slayer's hand moves to his empty holster. Finding no weapon, he simply clenches his fist. Chief speaks carefully. "We don't want to fight you." "Then surrender," Ven replies.
"No."
The word hangs in the air.
Final.
Uncompromising. Ven raises his bolter.
His squad follows. Guardsmen form firing line.
Gun servitors prime weapons. Across the courtyard, 50 guns aim at two figures standing alone.
And Chief realizes something terrible.
The Imperium would rather kill them than trust them. The Slayer steps forward.
Not aggressive. Just ready.
Chief's shields hum to life. Captain Ven's finger tightens on the trigger. And then the sky tears open.
Not again.
Not now. But yes, warp rifts bloom across the horizon, vast and violent, and from them pours an army.
Not dozens.
Not hundreds.
Thousands.
Chaos in full fury. Bloodletters.
Plague bearers. Horrors.
Demon engines screaming. Ven lowers his bolter, staring at the apocalypse descending.
"No."
Chief looks at the horde.
Then at Ven.
"Your call." The Slayer cracks his knuckles. Ven hesitates for one heartbeat. Then he tosses Chief a bolter.
"Fight now, die later."
Chief catches the weapon, checks the magazine.
"Acceptable."
The Slayer grins. It is not a kind expression. And together, the Imperium and its condemned anomalies turn to face the end of the world. Chaos does not attack in waves. It attacks in inevitability. The sky is no longer sky, it is a wound, bleeding demons. The horizon burns with warp fire. The ground shakes as demon princes descend on wings of flayed souls. Behind them, mortal chaos cultists surge forward in their thousands medayed, frothing, screaming prayers to gods who do not care if they live or die. This is not a battle. It is an extermination. The Imperial forces are outnumbered 50-1. The void shields collapse within minutes. Artillery emplacements are overrun. Guardsmen form firing lines and die holding them. Astartes' bolters roar until barrels glow red. Commissars execute the fleeing. Priests scream hymns until demons tear out their throats. It is textbook Imperial defense. It is also textbook Imperial failure. And then, amidst the collapsing line, two figures move. Master Chief does not fight like the Imperium. He fights like someone who has already lost everything and refuses to lose again. He coordinates guardsmen into kill zones, redirects artillery fire onto priority targets, pulls wounded soldiers out of melee, and shoves lasguns back into their hands. His voice cuts through the chaos, precise, unyielding. Left flank, fall back 50 meters, Astartes, suppressing fire on that demon prince. Guardsmen, conserve ammunition, aim. They obey, not because they trust him, because his orders work. A bloodthirster descends, axe raised high. Chief empties a bolter magazine into its chest. It staggers. Does not fall. He drops the bolter, grabs a plasma gun from a dead guardsman, and fires point blank. The demon screams as superheated energy burns through warp flesh.
It dissolves.
Chief reloads, keeps moving. The Doom Slayer does not coordinate. He simply erases. He moves through the battlefield like a natural disaster, unavoidable, unstoppable, inevitable.
Demons see him coming and they try to flee.
It does not matter.
He catches them, tears them apart.
Crushes skulls. Rips limbs.
A demon prince swoops down, claws extended. The Slayer leaps, catches its wing, and drags it down. They hit the ground together. The demon thrashes.
The Slayer drives his fist through its face. 1, 2,
3 times. The demon stops moving. Around him, guardsmen stare. One whispers a prayer. Another raises his lasgun in salute. A chaos sorcerer manifests, wreathed in warp flame, chanting words that warp reality. The Slayer walks through the flames without flinching. The sorcerer's chant falters. The Slayer grabs him by the throat, lifts him off the ground, and squeezes . The sorcerer's head comes off. The flames die. Captain Ven fights beside them, bolter in one hand, power sword in the other. He kills a plague bearer. Turns. Sees the Slayer dismantling a pack of bloodletters with his bare hands .
Sees Chief organizing a counterattack that should be impossible.
They are not human, Ven mutters. No, agrees Sergeant Titus, fighting at his side. They are something better .
Ven does not respond.
Because he knows the truth. The Imperium would have killed them. And the Imperium would have lost . The battle rages for hours. The sun rises.
Sets. Rises again.
The horde does not stop. But neither do the defenders. Because 2 men refuse to let them. Chief pulls an injured Astartes out of a collapsing trench. Can you fight? The Space Marine stares at him. Nods. Then fight. The Marine rises.
Rejoins the line.
The Slayer stands atop a pile of demon corpses, reloading his shotgun with slow, methodical movements. A greater demon approaches one of Nurgle's unclean ones, bloated and reeking. It laughs, a sound like wet meat slapping stone. You cannot kill us all, mortal. The Slayer racks the shotgun.
Watch me.
He charges. The demon swings a rusted blade. The Slayer ducks beneath it, drives the shotgun into the demon's gut, and empties the magazine . The demon's laughter turns to screaming. It tries to regenerate.
Fails.
The Argent energy burns through its essence, and the demon collapses.
Dead.
Truly dead. The chaos forces falter. Not because they are defeated, but because they suddenly, impossibly, realize something. They are losing . Not slowly. Not inevitably.
Losing .
The horde breaks.
Not in panic. Not in fear.
But in confusion . Because this is not how wars in the Grimdark millennium are supposed to go. The Imperium loses.
Chaos wins.
That is the order of things. But 2 anomalies have broken the order. Chief stands on the wall, bolter smoking, and looks at the retreating horde. Guardsmen cheer. Astartes reload in stunned silence. The Slayer walks through the battlefield, checking corpses, making sure they stay dead. Inquisitor Varn arrives via Valkyrie, flanked by her Grey Knight. She steps onto the ruined wall, looks at the carnage, and sees something she has never seen before.
Victory. Not survive. Not retreat. Victory.
The Chaos Horde is shattered. The warp rifts are collapsing. Vorkoth Secundus still stands. She looks at Chief.
At the You won. Chief removes his helmet.
His face is scarred, tired, but unyielding. We survived. No, Varn says quietly. You *1 *. The Imperium does not win. We endure, we sacrifice, we die slowly, but we do not win *. The Slayer glances at her. Says nothing. Varn turns to Captain Ven. Your report. Ven hesitates. Then speaks. They saved us. Without them we would have fallen. And the execution order?
Silence.
Ven looks at his squad.
At the guardsmen.
At the 2 anomalies standing amidst the ruin they prevented. I will not carry it out, he says finally. Varn exhales slowly. Neither will I. The Grey Knight steps forward. The Conclave will not accept this. Then the Conclave, Varn says coldly, can come here and execute them personally. She turns back to Chief and the Slayer. You are not Imperial. You do not serve the Emperor. But you are humanity's weapon.
Chief nods. The Slayer reloads.
And somewhere far above, the Inquisition watches.
And realizes it has lost control.
Not of the anomalies,
but of the truth.
That sometimes hope is not heresy. It is simply victory. The warship is a relic an ancient cruiser, half-crippled, held together by prayers and desperation. Its crew is gone, fled, or dead. Its engines sputter. Its void shields flicker. But it flies. And aboard it, 2 warriors stand alone. Master Chief checks the ship's systems, running diagnostics through an interface he barely understands. Forerunner technology and Imperial machinery have nothing in common, but logic is universal. He reroutes power,
stabilizes the reactor,
plots a course to nowhere in particular, because anywhere is better than here. The Doom Slayer sits in the cargo bay, cleaning his weapons with the calm of a man performing a ritual.
Shotgun, plasma rifle, chainsaw.
Each one is checked, loaded, ready. He does not speak. Does not need to. Chief descends into the bay, helmet under one arm. He looks at the Slayer. They'll hunt us. The Slayer nods. Continues cleaning. Chaos wants you. The Imperium wants us dead. We're enemies to everyone.
The Slayer looks up,
meets his gaze, and for the first time he speaks. His voice is rough, unused, like gravel scraping stone. Good.
Chief almost smiles. Almost. Where do we go?
The Slayer stands, holstering his weapons. He walks to the viewport, staring out at the stars.
The galaxy is vast,
infinite,
and drowning in war.
Everywhere, the Slayer says.
Chief understands.
They are not running. They are hunting chaos, hunting corruption, hunting every demon, every cultist, every fragment of the darkness that thought it could drown the light. The Imperium will call them heretics.
Chaos will call them enemies.
The galaxy will call them myths.
And they will not care.
Because they are not heroes. They are weapons. And weapons do not need permission to fight . Days later, on a war-torn world at the edge of Imperial space, a chaos cult gathers in secret. They chant. They summon. They carve runes into flesh and stone, calling their dark gods to bring ruin. The ritual completes. The warp tears open.
And through it steps not a demon,
but 2 figures.
One tall, calm, methodical.
One shorter.
Sue!
Furious.
The cultists scream, raise weapons, call for their gods. The gods do not answer, because they have learned. These 2 are not prey.
They are the and .
Master Chief raises his rifle. Clear the left. The Doom Slayer cracks his knuckles.
Right. They move.
The cultists die. The summoning fails. The warp rift collapses. When the Imperium arrives hours later, they find only silence. And a message carved into the stone in a language no one recognizes.
Rip and tear.
Inquisitor Varn receives the report aboard her ship.
She reads it again.
Then she laughs a bitter, exhausted sound. They are legends now, she mutters. Her Grey Knight advisor nods. Legends the Imperium cannot control. Perhaps, Varn says quietly, the Imperium does not need to.
She files the report, marks it classified, and does not send the execution order.
Because deep down, beneath the dogma and the fear, she knows the truth. The galaxy is drowning in darkness. And sometimes, the only answer to annihilation is rage. Far away, aboard their stolen ship, Master Chief and the Doom Slayer drift through the void.
They do not rest,
do not celebrate. They simply prepare. Because the war is not over.
It has only just begun asterisk.
Chief looks at the Slayer. Next target?
The Slayer checks his ammunition, nods toward the star chart. 12 worlds. 100 wars.
All of them bleeding. All of them, the Slayer says. Chief nods.
Then we fight.
They descend.
2 figures against the darkness.
One bringing order.
One bringing annihilation. And the Grimdark millennium for the first time in 10,000 years begins to fear asterisk.
Not the Emperor.
Not chaos. But 2 mortals who refuse to die. The legends spread. Whispered in the trenches.
Chanted by guardsmen who survived the impossible.
Written in blood by those who did not. 2 warriors. Unstoppable. Unbreakable.
Unkillable asterisk.
And somewhere in the depths of the warp, the chaos gods watch.
And they know.
They cannot corrupt them. They cannot kill them. They can only endure them.
And pray they never meet again.
But they will. Because in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war.
And war is where legends are born.